What's going on, people? This is Shad, and on today's episode of Interviews with the Rebel, I sit down with the owner and operator of Nostalja, which is a black men's lifestyle brand. I think that's the best way to kind of categorize it. So I sit down with the owner, that Tony McCraven, and we talk about how he got started, creating a lifestyle brand, as well as a lot of different things. So this is the Tony McCraven episode. What's going on, everybody? This is Shy Harris of the Rebel Society, and this is another edition of Interviews with a Rebel. So the whole purpose of Interviews with a Rebel is to where I sit down with creatives and entrepreneurs who are doing, what I feel are dope things, who are putting themselves out in, disruptive ways and building great brands and great businesses. So today, I am sitting with Tony McCraven of Nostalja. How you doing today, good sir?
Peace, brother. Peace.
So, I always like to start off with like how I met somebody, or my first impressions of, the different people I sit with. So I actually came across you at the Brand Date event. I was on a panel speaking about marketing, social media, all that stuff. And this brother right here actually said a couple words. And I was like, okay, you seem real authentic. Like I felt like whatever you was talking about, you felt that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, seems solid. And then I was like, you know what? He had his brand out there. He was a vendor. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and support. And usually when I go to events, I just go and support. I don't really plan on using it and stuff. I just buy it just because or whatever.
I understand that
too. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and support. Then, you gave me a little spiel. And I was like, okay. So I bought a little package. And then it just sat on my shelf for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Typically how it happened, bro.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I never used black soap. Let me use this joint real quick. Started, getting myself right, using on my beard and stuff. I'm like, oh, this shit smells good, yeah. And then I was kind of like hooked from there on out. So
appreciate that.
Yeah. So you got definitely a solid brand that I gotta, I need to re-up on right now. Yeah.
Got you.
All right, cool. So for the people that don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Tony McCraven. Run a brand called Nostalja. Run a nonprofit called Gumbo. It's a regular dude, man, to be honest.
Right. What does your brand do?
Nostalja is a wellness brand, mental, physical, 360. But more so, the product is I want you to feel like you're prime. The word nostalgia is a wishful thinking of the past, so it can be triggered by a smell, a taste, or a touch. So I want my products to make you feel like you were in your prime, and your prime can be when you were 18 or 42.
Gotcha. Okay, so my first icebreaker question. Which music artist do you feel like you relate to the most? And as far as like music, how they carry themselves, aesthetic, message, all that stuff.
I can get more than one?
Yeah.
I'm old school, so I like Willie Hutch.
Mm-hmm.
He's just smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tells a story. I mean, very relatable.
Right.
Bob Marley.
Okay.
More so, his whole thought process on wealth and peace of mind.
Okay.
And then if I had to pick somebody, I guess now it'd be Crit. Simply from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi.
Gotcha.
I understand. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. First real question is, how do you make your money?
How do I make my money?
In your business.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I make my money off of the people, honestly.
Okay.
And you mean like how do I?
Like what do you sell? Like what?
Okay, I got you. Sell organic products from soap, oils, mango-based products. I have this new butter I call the Soulmate butter. It's about 8 butters in one. So I'll be releasing that pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer anything you need, nature will provide. So I just try to give you the best organic thing as possible. Because your body reacts to these things.
True. Okay. All right. How'd you get started with all this?
How did I get started? I've been making stuff for myself for a very long time, like high school, 9th, 10th grade. I wanted to smell a certain way.
All right.
And
you was making your own stuff back then?
Yeah, man. You know what?
You just weren't using like the Jordan cologne or nothing like that?
I never wore cologne. Never.
Really?
No, okay. Of course, like 6th, 7th grade,
Yeah,
your dad Cool Water, and Calvin Klein, that was it. But when I got to 9th grade, it was like, it just hit me. I wanted to be different. I was country. I mean, I had to stand out. So I was always big into hygiene. I wanted to smell a certain way.
Okay.
And I started off wearing this oil. I ain't gonna tell you Offset, because I still wear it and I don't want nobody trying to smell like me, because I've been wearing it for years.
Right.
But it was just something that I did, and I moved to Mississippi, moved back to Mississippi. I was making this product for myself, getting my hair done and stuff like that. The beautician was like, can you make me some? I did. Can you make me some more? And I'm like, oh, I don't work for you now.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was like, boom, and it happened. And shout out to Keisha Roberts, because she's the one that actually told me to do it. Yeah.
So what was like that first product that you was making?
The butter.
Okay.
It was shea butter based then, and it was terrible, man. Oh my god!
Really?
As in the packaging. It was in a I still got one of the original jars. It was in a, think about one of those Chinese containers, man. That your lo mein comes in.
Yeah.
That's legit what it was in, bro. For like a year.
Okay. I mean, there's always growth and evolution.
Absolutely.
All right. So that first year, if we talking business, like, what was you kind of bringing in that first year you decided to, hop out there? Money wise, yeah.
I was able to sustain. I was able to. I was blessed enough to never really go in the red, to be honest.
Okay.
I can honestly say that. I found a niche, and I found my pocket, and I kind of just coast through the pocket. It was more so I knew that I had a great product. I knew I had a great story to go along with my name. Just meaning, just a tip. People purchase things off of emotions and off of stories. So if you have a storyline that someone can relate to or can make them move a certain way, typically people use music and stuff like that. But I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
But it just kind of went hand in hand. So.
Okay. All right. So when you was first starting out, like, how were you getting like your first couple clients, or how were you getting your name out there in that first year?
I got you. I understand now. So social media. I didn't tell anybody it was mine. It was just I came out of nowhere and I just started posting this stuff. And I had a large following because I was big into history and I was just posting different things. So I was like, well, let me make some money off of this. If I'm doing something and I'm getting reaction of people, why not try to turn this into a dollar amount?
Right.
So I started posting it, didn't tell nobody it was mine. I was trying to give it away for free. Nobody wanted it. And as soon as I put a price tag on it, it sold. And man, as soon as nobody wants nothing for free. Nobody wants nothing for free because it doesn't hold value to you. People, we'll get to that. It just don't. Nobody wants nothing for free.
Okay.
Think about it. If you get a shirt for free, you may wear it. Yeah, it's not gonna be a priority. But when you pay for that shirt, or when you pay for something, you're gonna use it. You're gonna utilize it.
Yeah, most definitely.
So it was just when I put a price tag on it, that's when it kind of did its thing. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So, what were some mistakes that you were making in that first, couple of years?
Not knowing about profit margins.
Okay.
Just kind of wanting to sell something.
Okay.
I made a lot of mistakes. Pick one. Manufacturers. I mean, of course, I'm dealing with a product, so manufacturer issues. Finding loyal vendors for the things that you're doing, and you have to learn your rotation of your logistics because you legit, living off of it. 100%. I was.
Right.
I didn't have the luxury to. Have a full time and then wanted to go into the entrepreneur game. It was more so I was all in.
Okay. So were you like making your products? Absolutely.
This will be the first time recently because I actually have a manufacturer deal that I set up for, and then I won't have to make it. Let's just say that. So now I'm in the process of I've learned. So the mistake was I wanted to do everything. There we go. So one of the mistakes I made was trying to do everything.
Oh, okay.
Like from the marketing aspect to manufacturing, just doing everything top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
As I've gotten, you know, more business sense, I guess, or more knowledge in what I'm doing, outsourcing is very important.
Yeah.
Outsourcing limits your outpay by 30% and
Right.
increases your income, profit margin by 30% when it's all said and done.
Okay.
And you're allowing somebody that's a professional or someone that's more educated in the aspect to do their thing. So outsourcing is important.
So like, when did it hit you that you feel like you needed to like start to like outsource? Like, cause I know a lot of people who just starting out, they're like, know what, I got to do everything myself or keep everything in house. But I'm actually running to that right now where I've been doing everything as far as everything my clients, from building websites to running social media, creating content, all that. But now I'm kind of getting to the point where it's like, you know what, I need to kind of bring in other people or have people do other things so they can kind of free up my time. So.
Because how can you expand if you're doing everything?
True.
How can you, I mean, you really, because you're not an expert in everything. And we all want to be, oh, I'm the best in this, or I can do this very well, or we don't want to pay someone to do it. Mm-hmm. A lot of times you can find someone just like you that's working hard in that craft that you need that you need. You know? The barter system is always an option. Right. Utilize it. And something that I just learned, don't be afraid to ask for help. Yeah. You know, a lot of people want to help, but you know, they want to be appreciated when you ask for it. Mm-hmm. I think, I mean, that's the key right there. And I just learned that 5 years in.
Really?
Right, absolutely.
Okay. So when was the moment that you kind of felt yourself, you know, you were probably, you know, super consistent starting out, but do you feel like there was a moment where it started to like really start to boom for you? And if so, what was that moment?
Well, even to this day, I don't think I'm booming at all. Yeah. I knew I had a great product when my grandmother used it, utilized it, and wanted more. Right. You know what I mean? I knew I had something because she's been using the same cocoa butter stuff, man, for 50 years, ever since I can remember. Right. And if I can get someone that was stuck in their ways to make a shift, I had something. You know, somebody tried one time. Yeah. Come back. And Estherine, boy, she ain't doing none of that. So I knew I had something from there. So that was the point where it was like, I did something. And when I got a order from out of the country, that was pretty cool. Really? Yeah, so that was pretty dope. Oh, okay. Yeah. All
right, so I believe there's like a blueprint for everything that's successful. Every industry, there's some type of blueprint for, you know, that everybody can do in that particular industry. Like for me, I feel like the blueprint for content creators is create your own content, be transparent in your story or know your story, and just have a powerful presentation. Mm-hmm. For people who are selling their own products or, you know, selling their own like wellness products or organic products, what do you feel like is the 3 to 4 things that if anybody does it, they're going to be successful? That might be a loaded question, but
well, I get what you're saying, but to be honest, I'm in a very crowded, very, very crowded wave.
Every time I go to an event, it's like 7 people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would say marketing wise, use regular people. Don't try to see what you see on TV. Mm-hmm. You know, those people are getting paid to do that. Use regular people. Use testimonials. Mm-hmm. Do your research. Just do your research on your products, because you're always gonna have somebody that's trying to challenge you. Right. Especially in this.
You run into that a lot?
Oh yeah, man. Yes, I just make sure I'm educated in my lane. I make sure that you know, I keep what I would call like a herbal Bible right there with all my go-tos. I mean, like a doctor don't know everything. So, true. Hey, look, I know this. Yeah. Let me reference back to that. But a lot of people come try to, what's this? Well, I'm allergic to this, and you know, okay, sweetheart, you know, everything. You know, some people don't like ketchup, so right. What it is.
For people who are just starting out, what is some, like in your same lane, you know, what advice would you give somebody just starting out?
it's never a wrong time to start. Just do it. You know, people always make these soft, hard dates. When you're doing something with your business, just do it. There's no right or wrong way, because when the person that's being different at that moment is always being pointed at and stereotyped, but then eventually become the trend.
Right.
Cause I know when I first started this, people were saying, "Oh, you making perms?" All my homeboys ran me, but just stay consistent. Consistency is key, and always brand yourself. If you have a product, put that symbolism everywhere. Symbolism is very important. You know, a service is kind of, you know, different, but with a product, you can't always have your product in hand.
Right.
Always make sure you're branding yourself.
Okay.
I guess the last one, believe in what you're doing. And I always say turn your passion to profit. So be educated on what you're doing, and have your lifestyle kind of intertwined with what you're doing, because it makes it easier to sell. It makes it easier to find your market audience, I guess is the right term for it. Just live your brand. And I mean, I guess I have a product, so it's for me. I live my brand, and it's easy. So live your brand.
Matter of fact, you just said something that triggered something for me. So I feel like a lot of people kind of hop in this lane because they feel, it's popping. So a lot of people, when they do it, they just do it as a hustle. They're just trying to make some money off of it. What are your thoughts on that?
Come on.
For real?
Yeah, straight up. Because I mean, it's like.
And I mean, as far as like, don't even have a passion for it.
Man, come on.
Okay.
Come with it. Come with it. Like, you know how many people. Man, you know how many people that, I mean, because it looks easy.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't even know the right term to say being educated in smells, but I've been making sure I've been smelling a certain way since I was a gent.
Right.
I read this book called Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, right? And it talked about one of the young, the book is about seducers and seducees, and I'm getting to a point.
Okay.
It was talking about fragrances, how fragrances trigger, emotions.
Okay.
And I like I said, I was into smells. I found a smell that kind of soft, pleasant, but lingers strong at the same time. Right. And smells, women like smells.
True.
You walk past someone, they do a double take. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. So.
Okay. So, and another thing that you said before that kind of like, triggered something in my brain was these past couple of episodes that I've actually recorded, almost everybody has talked about how big branding is. And I see, you got some products right here that, has your logo on it, and, I feel like, I can see that you're actually pushing those a lot. So how big has just having pieces like your, sweatshirts, the caps, the shirts, all that has been to growing your brand?
It's like I said, it's like living the brand per se, being the brand, because you're always a walking billboard. I'm personally not gonna walk around with these oils, soaps in my hand, trying to maneuver stuff.
Right.
I'm big on symbolism, and I dress for comfortability. I really don't. I purchase what I like.
Right.
And I got pieces, man, from 5 years ago that you would think nobody would want to wear, man, but they would see me in it and they're like, I want one of those. I'm like, really? And I ain't never been big into fashion or nothing like that, but it just kind of, the confidence builds up from there, and then, it's like a snowball effect. Why stop when it's going?
True.
Always put your foot on the gas.
Okay, all right. So one last couple of questions I got is, I believe in the theory you got to spend money to make money.
Absolutely.
So what is something that you spent money on that's led to the highest return?
Investing in myself. I mean, that's always, I don't have a specific item, just anything that I'm doing to bring an audience in, anything that I'm doing to represent my brand the way I think it should be represented. Like I said, garments don't come cheap.
Right.
You know, and I typically try to support, not try, I don't like that word. I attempt to support anyone and everyone at least one time, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing. Just like you said, you go somewhere just to do it.
Right.
I do that, but I also try to, when I'm perfecting my craft, I try to sew into other crafts, other people around me.
Okay.
You know, because it's cross-branding. It's like when you're doing a remix, it's like when the remix is it's how you cross-brand to get the other audience. So I'm very big into cross-branding. That's very important.
Yeah, most definitely.
Point right there, cross-brand.
But has there been like something like, even as far as like packaging or anything like that in marketing that you did or anything like that has actually led to money back?
Nah, man, packaging costs money, dude.
Yeah, most definitely.
Packaging costs money.
Yeah.
But I guess presentation on, I guess I'm answering the question.
Yeah.
Presentation on your, whatever you're displaying.
Okay.
Presentation is important to bring revenue. That's really the most important thing in my personal opinion. We're in a let me take a picture world. So, okay, let me take a picture with this, or let me take a picture with that. We always want to be shouted out. We're in a world that people want to be noticed.
True.
And
sometimes you gotta take advantage of that. Yeah. I do that in my business every day.
I don't want to be in the light.
Yeah.
I don't. I business sense, yes, I should be. I should be, you know, in the forefront. But and that's, you know, I don't use my own advice. I don't think we ever do. But that's the best advice I would definitely say that be in the forefront of your business so people can take you seriously.
Okay.
But I don't do it. But,
all right, so what's next for Nostalja?
What is next for Nostalja? Nostalja as a brand, I want Nostalja to be attached to everything, man. I don't want to be limited to nothing. So what is next for Nostalja? I actually want to do some business consulting, man.
Okay.
I know it's branched off because, like I said, Nostalja to me is a brand as a whole umbrella, and maybe you can assist me on trying to figure out how can I explain this to divide the two. Because when you think of Nostalja, you personally think of these products here.
True.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's far from that.
Okay.
This would just be the profitable part. You know, this is what brings the revenue in, but man, Nostalja is way more than this. So I guess the next step for Nostalja would be rebranding to better explain to the world what it is and what it stands for. Because right now, everybody think it's some butters and oils, man, but it's way more simply complex than that.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let people know where they can find you at, man.
You can find me on Instagram at Nostalja_, that's NOSTALJA_, on Facebook at Nostalja, and mynostalja.com.
All right, cool. So this was a great conversation, man. I knew it was gonna be a good conversation when I reached out to you, so I felt like this was necessary. So yeah. So I appreciate it again.
Peace, brother.
And once again, this is Shad Harris. You can find me everywhere at Shad Harris, as well as shadharris.com, as well as my company, the Rebel Society. And if you've watched this whole video, like I said, the interviews with the Rebel is pretty much just about linking and building with creators and entrepreneurs who are really disrupting and really just fucking up shit. So that's kind of what I'm about, what I'm into. So this is Shad Harris, interviews with the Rebel, and good day, good evening, good night. We out.